We've got all these crates I saved up to open on stream in case I open something rare. Because I opened something that had like a 0.1% drop rate off stream. And I was like, oh, of course, of course. Of course it's off stream. No one's going to believe me.
Choose a reward. You will need to purchase a crate from the store to continue, my friend.
Fucking Pacrudy. I got a pony. If Sarara were here, she'd be like, it's a win! Purchase that. It's free. Started Prisoner of Fate. Talk to Luramil the Wise. They are an Elden Root Outlaws Refuge. I think it's, what is it? Austin Powers? Where Will Ferrell's playing somebody and he falls into a pit. He's like, ah, I am injured. I have broken my leg. And the wound is beginning to smell a little like almonds. I think it was Austin Powers.
Thank you for bringing the echo.
Yeah.
Speaking of relics, thieves stole an old staff from the Oathsworn pit. I want to know why.
Indeed. How did my unwelcome guests find their way to Vvardenfell? I am curious.
Good orcs died, little prince. I'm not curious. I'm angry.
I'm not curious. I'm just disappointed. So this is where you start the new expansion that came out yesterday, Gold Road. This is where the quest line starts. Need an ASMR video with that voice. Sir? No. Look, I did the Joe Hendry thing. Alright.
At last you are here. Welcome, Proxy. Hermaeus Mora, Daedric Prince of Forbidden Knowledge, has marked you as Fate's champion. His adversary, Torvesard, once more moves against Apocrypha, threatening not only Mora's realm, but our world as well.
One of the things that I do like about this game, much more than Final Fantasy XIV, is that they voice all the lines. All the lines. Except for your responses, of course. Why send for me?
The one who knows perceived the exigencies of this conjuncture. Hermaeus Mora told me we needed you. Torvesard seeks to restore Ethelia, a Daedric prince forgotten by all. The memory of her was sealed in Apocrypha, but Torvesard remembers.
What do you mean the memory of her was sealed in Apocrypha?
3 glyphics holding the memory of Ethelia were hidden in the mythos, the heart of Apocrypha. Torvesard has already unlocked 2. Now he seeks to return and unlock the final glyphic. We must stop him. Here, you will need the Acheneer.
What is this exactly?
A relic forged by Hermaeus Mora, the Acheneer can corporealize distinct foci. That is, it can reveal echoes of past events related to the Forgotten Prince. Choices made ages ago now menace our world. The Acheneer can help us understand them.
How do I use the Acheneer?
When you come to a location associated with Prince Ethelia, hold forth the Acheneer to draw out and observe any lingering memories. You may also need to perceive the threads of fate as I do. I have a spell for that.
Why do we need to stop Torvesard from remembering Ethelia?
Because Hermaeus Mora has foreseen that a restored Prince Ethelia threatens the very foundations of reality, endangering Apocrypha, Nirn, and all of existence. The one who knows needs mortal aid to avert catastrophe.
Very well, where do we begin?
Hermaeus Mora cannot see Torvesard, but he can sense threads of fate disturbed by Torvesard's actions. The threads are fraying in Grahtwood, Reaper's March, and Stonefalls. I will open a portal to each place. Choose one, and we shall go.
How could everyone forget a Daedric prince?
Hermaeus Mora reached into every mind, mortal and immortal, and erased all memory of Ethelia. His work, however, was not perfect. A select few sensed that something had been taken from them, and he could not erase his own memory of what he had done.
Who was Ethelia? What happened to her?
Torvesard calls Ethelia the Prince of Paths, the mistress of the untraveled road, the fate changer. Your guess about what that all means is as good as mine, Proxy. As for her fate, I imagine that secret is locked in the final glyphic.
How did Torvesard remember her, if everyone else forgot?
Torvesard said he was tormented by half-remembered dreams. A strange thing, as Daedra do not dream the way we mortals do. The sense of something missing drove him to search for answers. That search finally led him to Apocrypha.
Why do you call me a proxy?
Because you bear the mark of Hermaeus Mora. He has chosen you to serve as champion of fate, his agent in the mortal realm and perhaps beyond. You can act in places where the one who knows cannot directly intervene, as can I.
Why does my face keep disappearing? I'm picking my nose. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to camera and be like... No. For the VODs, the more cinematic stuff, I'm trying to remember to remove the camera in case, because it might be...
That escalated quickly.
Alright, or that. It might be easier to focus on what's happening story-wise. Why did Hermaeus Mora mark me?
You possess a unique ability to forge your own fate. I can discern fate's threads, a gift I have now shared with you. The one who knows has need of talents such as ours. Have no fear. You help yourself by helping Mora.
I don't see any threads of fate.
Torvesard's actions created no special disturbance here. I expect you will see the affected threads when we visit places where he has been active. Although I admit I am uncertain about this spell's duration or effectiveness.
Tell me about Torvesard.
Torvesard is a clanless Dremora who allies himself with different Daedric princes. When we encountered him in Necrom, he was working with Vermina and Periite to uncover a secret hidden in Apocrypha. Now he recalls that he once served Ethelia.
You say Torvesard already opened 2 glyphics.
Yes. The first held the secret that Hermaeus Mora erased a memory from all of Nirn and Oblivion. The second glyphic revealed the memory. There was once a Daedric prince named Athelia, a prince Torvesard served.
So where's the third glyphic?
It lies hidden in a vault in the mythos, the very heart of Apocrypha. Reaching it against Hermaeus Mora's will should be impossible, but Torvesard has already done so twice. Mora called him unseen. Somehow Torvesard eludes his gaze.
That was the main draw to me.
Daedric energy looms at his face, tangled with threads of unraveling fate.
Oh, so we just get brought
Torvesard
straight to the
was
delve.
here. Follow the threads of fate, Proxy.
Yes, thank you,
I shall cast
Jonathan.
about for any other signs of his activity.
I hope we find more than trouble here.
But I've been playing so much Final Fantasy XIV, I was expecting the mobs to not aggro me. If you're like over 10 levels over the levels of mobs around you in Final Fantasy XIV,
See,
they
if
won't.
I'd taken up trade like
aggro
my
you.
little sister, the most interesting places I'd
Not a thing in this game.
Thanks.
It's my ally I keep neglecting. Investigate locations visited by Torvesard.
Feel the current of fate flow through you. Why would fate lead us to an abandoned shrine? There must be something here.
Nothing here but me and these spiders. My sisters, as I write, an intangible future descends upon Resden. False light obscures the conviction we once shared. I pray this missive finds you cocooned in the shell of will and spirit, despite the news it carries. Our fate, once an intricately woven tapestry of divine immortal existence, is being unraveled by a new force as inexorable as the march of the make-way gods. The concurrent three, Almsivi, a mere cult once but a flicker in our collective consciousness, has ignited in a blaze of glory and zeal. They are consuming fire upon our world, and my sisters, I fear they are inevitable. These zealots hail not one, not two, but three newly ascended entities, a triumvirate cloaked in robes of divinity. Their rise is fueled not by the fateful dance of faith and love, but by the mechanistic gears of manipulation and force. I hope we shall remain blind to it. Their will exerts itself like a black void, an inescapable pull towards a future where our goddesses are mere anticipations. Their adherents are systematically snuffing out the shapes of our kin, obliterating our ephemeral signatures from the grand tapestry of existence. This insidious drama is played out behind the sheen of politicking and deceit, their actions obscured from the eye of Boatai. They are false, and yet they prove difficult to deny. These so-called anticipations, our spiritual anchors unfailing, have guided our voyages for as long as memory exists. The thought of a Resden devoid of the foundational virtues is inconceivable, a thing unable to pass for the sake of what is and what will be. I beseech you, Resdania. The fate-bound hymns of the Three Sisters must not be forgotten. We must rally our kin and stand against this faith-invasive force. We must preserve the ancestral harmonies for the sake of our children yet to be born. I implore you to cloak yourself in cherished nostalgia. Share these revelations only with those whose loyalty is certain. This dance must remain a secret kept under a shroud of silence, since those who dare to raise their voices are swiftly consumed by the black hole of as-yet oblivion. In these interminable times, we must channel the cunning of Mephala, the ferocity of Boethia, the wisdom of Zira. With their blessings, let their blessed teachings be our guiding star, our protective shell, and our eternal sustenance. May the sisters guide your journey and cast their darkened light upon your path during these falsified cycles. Stay strong, my kin, until the threads converge upon us once more. There we will meet again as ourselves, no longer in need of false skins and shadows.
Fascinating. That ancient book stirred up a memory. Use the Echinir to examine it, Proxy.
Oh, right.
tribunal's ordinators hold our brethren. We need the skein of secrets to free them.
But the skein is lost. We must beseech the Lady of Whispers for help.
Then let us adjourn to the secret sanctuary. The circle we stand upon is the door. We need but a single drop of blood to open it.
I believe they were Mountain Dew elementals.
Ah, I see. This ritual circle conceals a gate, activated by a little blood. Let us see where it leads.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Torvesard!
Nothing. Fate seems to be fighting back. I wonder how much of that is because of you.
Torvesard, talk to Fate's Chosen. Tell us what this is all about.
You know, there are people who play this in first person. They exist.
Fate's Chosen? How presumptuous a title Hermaeus Mora has bestowed upon you. The Prince of Fate is using you, mortal. Long ago, he and his allies inflicted a terrible wrong on my prince. Now he hopes you can stop me from undoing that damage.
Tell us what you're trying to do, Torvesard. Make us understand.
How can a mere mortal understand the convolutions of oblivion? Prince Ethelia, the Prince of Paths, Mistress of the Untraveled Road, Fate Changer, the Dark Reflection, the Last Tomorrow, she who saw and wept. Moira, in his jealousy, erased her.
What do you mean, erased her?
Hermaeus Mora convinced other Daedric princes to conspire against Ethelia. He played upon their fears of the unknown. None of them understood the gift of choosing what is to be. They all turned against my prince.
So this is about revenge.
Revenge? No, that is for my prince to mete out. I am a scion of Ethelia, and my ancient purpose is to restore her to power, to undo what the cowardly princes did to her. And the very relics they used against Ethelia will help me find her.
Is that what you're looking for here, a relic?
My father's skein of secrets. Don't bother looking. It isn't here. It seems my father's alien worshippers locked it away in some vault beneath Westweald long ago. No matter. The skein would help, but I'll find another way to reach my prince.
Hermaeus Mora says reality itself will be undone if you find Ethelia.
And you believe Mora? Stand aside, mortal. I will not be swayed from my purpose.
A skein of secrets, used to defeat Ethelia long ago. I cannot help but wonder what became of it. Come, Proxy, let us speak. A skein of secrets, somehow used to defeat Ethelia long ago. I cannot help but wonder what became of it. Daedric relics have a way of causing trouble wherever they appear. Even the Echenir could be dangerous in the wrong hands.
Where do we go now?
Hermaeus Mora requires you to make that decision without his guidance, Proxy. Torvesard disturbed fate in 3 different locations. The one who knows must have a reason for instructing us to visit each one.
What do you think we'll find in Reaper's March?
I am not sure. Reaper's March includes some of the oldest Khajiit cities and temples. They have always had a more nuanced view of Daedric powers than other cultures. I am curious what we will uncover there.
Very well, I'm ready to continue.
Excellent. In the interest of hastening our investigation of these perturbations, a physical translocation of... I shall open portals to save us time. Choose one, and I shall follow.
Just realized Wes Johnson did some voice in parts of this game DLCs. He's my favorite voice actor. Yeah, they've got some star power in this for real. go to Grahtwood after asking about Reaper's March.
An Ayleid ruin? Interesting. Do you perceive the threads of fate? The threads mark Torvesard's trail. Follow them. I will search the surroundings for any other hidden signs.
Okay, but I see where to go, so I'm just gonna go there. So Ayleid wells, sometimes they'll be active and you can activate them for a buff to your stats. Let's have some braised rabbit. Increase our stats a bit more. The load times used to be so long I'd be able to read everything down here.
Well now, perhaps my luck is changing for the better. Why, if it isn't my sister Everly's friend! Good to see you! I'm dealing with a real mystery, almost as convoluted as that Waking Flame affair. I'm tracking a group of troublemakers called the Recollection. I don't suppose you're after them too?
I'm not sure. What can you tell me about the Recollection?
They're an elusive lot. Something between a secret society, a mercenary company, and a cult. I caught wind of people disappearing, and I think they're involved. If you're not after the Recollection, why are you here?
I'm looking for a Jamura named Torvesard.
Dangerous quarry. But you look like you know what you're doing. It's strange that my pursuit of the Recollection and your hunt for Torvesard led us both to these old ruins. That does give me an idea, though.
What do you have in mind?
I propose we work together. There are more Recollection here than I care to tangle with by myself. But maybe we can get some answers together. We can figure out why they're interested in the Reliquary of Stars, why we look for your elusive Dremora.
Alright, let's head on in.
I overheard a Recollection mage named Endigor mention a hidden shrine in the ruins. Something about a waterfall in the Flesh Gardens. Not the most pleasant appellation, but maybe we should start there. It's somewhere to the north. It seems to be a revival of an ancient Ayleid cult, or some kind of Ayleid-inspired military order, perhaps. There are a lot of wood elves in their ranks, I'm sorry to say. It's strange. I never even heard of them until a few months ago.
What led you to look into them?
I heard rumors about Recollection groups poking around Ayleid ruins back in Westweald, and people started disappearing around the same time, including a few I happen to know. I can't say if they were abducted or recruited.
Waterfall in the Flesh Gardens, you say? The jokes just write themselves.
Cracked acorns, I don't like the look of these statues. Watch your step in here, friend.
Cracked acorns. I feel like I want to use that somehow this week. Portia, did you remember to put our kid's food in his backpack for tomorrow? Oh, cracked acorns. I forgot. It slipped my mind.
Is that a door behind the waterfall? recollection is here, all right. Be ready for trouble. I know the trick. Let me help.
They're dead. What are you gonna do?
Torvesard warned us you'd be coming. Though the relic he sought wasn't here, he left me to deal with you. This fight is far from over.
Oh. I was like, is it though? Alright. He had a little period of invulnerability. Indigor, it seems Azira's relic is no longer here. I confess I'm at a loss. It appears to have been removed centuries ago. I cannot spend any more time looking into this now, so I leave it in the Recollection's hands. Study the shrine, delve into the history of this place, and find out who took the lamp. Send word if you learn anything useful, and prepare yourself. Moore's champions are sure to find this place soon. In the meantime, I must turn my efforts to the other relics. Torvesard.
Looks like we found the recollection, or some of it. I didn't know Endigor well, but what I knew of him, I didn't like. A bigoted radical at best. I'm surprised he would work with any non-Bosmer at all. What's in that letter?
They're instructions for Endigor from Torvesard.
May I see? Huh. That settles the question of whether Torvesard and the Recollection are working together. It was no coincidence that we met here today, friend.
The note says Torvesard is looking for a relic, a lamp.
According to the letter, they haven't found it yet, or even any leads to its whereabouts. If they had, Endigor would be off with Torvesard, looking somewhere else by now. I wonder what happened to the lamp.
Something that might show us. Do you see anything unusual here?
Something unusual? Let me see. Ah, over by the altar. Is that what you're looking for?
Was clear. This Suliok vault is no longer safe. We must move the lamp.
But where can we hide the relic?
I know a cave to the north. The lamp should be safe there, once we apply the appropriate spell.
Was that a memory from the Marithic era? Never mind that. Who's this high elf?
I am Laramel, little wood elf. I assume from what we saw in that memory that Torvesard did not find what he was looking for.
A strange vision. They were worried about the Ayleids, but there haven't been Ayleids here in centuries upon centuries. Speaking of strange, it looks like we've gained a new companion. I assume you know that high elf.
This is Laramil the Wise. I'm helping her look for Torvesard.
I see. Well, since it looks like the Recollection is working for him, I guess I'm looking for Torvesard now too. There are plenty of Recollections skulking about in Westweald. I'll meet you there if you run short of other leads.
I'll remember that. Good luck, Baragon.
Nature's luck to you too, friend. I have a feeling our paths will cross again.
Let us speak, Proxy. Curious. There was a relic of Azura here. A lamp. No doubt the mages who removed it feared this place would be sacked by the Alessians. A memory preserved since the early First Era. I wonder what Torvesard wants with the lamp.
What now?
We must determine what awaits us at the final site. Twice now the threads of fate have led us to a Daedric prince's shrine. I imagine we will find a third such shrine there. The question is whether Torvesard has found another relic or not.
Alright, I'm ready to go.
Good. Allow me to create another portal to speed our journey. It appears we are in a race against Torvesard, and so far he is winning.
Man, I can never pull that hair off. If I tried to shave like half of my hair, the other half would just like curl up over it like the big slab of ribs from the intro to like Flintstones. I think that's what would happen. And nobody's trying to see that.
You should be able to perceive the threads of fate here. Follow them, Proxy.
Old Rejad saw your coming in the tides. Hermora wished this one to greet you here. So it is that our fates cross paths. What is it you seek, Fate Walker?
I'm looking for a Jamora named Torvesard. His actions threaten reality itself.
Old Rejad has seen no Dremora, but that does not mean your quarry has not been here. There is change in the air, a change that began long ago. Old Rejad knows you should seek the blessing of the children ever mourned.
Seek a blessing? What do you mean?
Visit the nearby shrines of beloved Jon and Jod. Pay your respects. In days of old, we Khajiit would pray to the twins to bless our paths with moonlight and sugar. Perhaps it will be so again.
Very well. Where are these shrines?
The shrines are here in this courtyard. Old Rejad can tell. You have a long journey ahead of you, Fate Walker. You will need the blessings of the two moons. Return after you have paid your respects.
A long journey? What do you mean?
This place is just a stop along your path, Fate Walker. What you ultimately seek is not here. But do not despair. Old Rejad thinks you had to come here, and his heart tells him your journey will take you to strange and distant places indeed.
What is this place?
You stand in the Temple of the Two Moons path. Long ago, Dune was a kingdom guided by moon priests and scholars. To this day, new mains come here to complete their journey with the moon hallowed and take up their sacred duties.
There seem to be a lot of Stonefire cultists here.
They are followers of Molag. There was a time when Rejad would have driven them away from this place. Now, old Rejad knows it is for another to cleanse the temple. He would not be displeased if you punished a few today.
Nice. We're still in... yeah, Reaper's March. Any of these lootable? This isn't a new zone, so... whenever they have expansions, and they introduce new zones, and you see like any sort of like urns or mundane boxes, it helps. It's a good idea to loot them. Again, we're not in the new zone yet. But new expansions introduce new crafting recipes, and due to FOMO and, you know, just outright new content, people are willing to pay a lot of money for new recipes that you might find from those, like urns and all. So when we get to the new zone, we're gonna be clicking everything.
The moon spirits favor you, Fate Walker. Audrejad sees your path clearly now. Yes. Though the twins remain silent, their light shines upon the path. For those who know how to see it. Audrejad understands now why the Tide Watcher told him to meet you here.
What do you mean?
You seek an unraveling fate, yes? This one now realizes that means examining an event from long ago. Hermora wishes you to see a memory trapped in the stone of this place. Yet, how could we do such a thing, old Rijad wonders?
I have a relic of Hermaeus Mora, the Econeer. It reveals memories.
A thing blessed by the Tide Watcher himself. Old Rijad was never one to deal in relics of any origin. Still, if that is its purpose, then use your relic here. Let us see what it shows you, Fate Walker.
The first main has shown us a new path. This temple is to be raised. So command Rita Ritata.
No! This shrine is under Boethra's protection. Let this serve as a warning.
Why does Boethra want this temple to remain intact, sisters?
Do not question the warrior of the east and west, my sisters. Now, back to Dokren.
Interesting. Old Rijad is an expert concerning those days. Strife consumed all of elsewhere when the cult of Riddlethar spread like a storm across the sands. One could say Boethra died in that time.
Any idea why Hermaeus Mora wanted me to see this memory?
The Riddlethar kicked sand over old beliefs. Manikaji turned away from Boethra. The warrior of the east and west was abandoned. Only at Dokrin Temple was her worship preserved, though the monks there fell too in time.
You think there's something important about Dokrin Temple?
The faith you follow was knitted there. Old Rijad sees it now. Hermora wished you to relive that old memory, so this one could tell you of Boethra. Your quarry's path leads to Dokrin. Now, so does yours. Rijad will mark the place on your map.
Imagining just like putting a pen in his mouth. Just, right there. Right there. Circle it. Okay, can't use that door right now. So north.
expected, our paths have...
Whoops. Yeah, sorry, I'm already on it.
Why would Torvesard seek out a shrine to Boethia? Wait, up above. Torvesard is here.
Ah, Mora's champions. I expected to run into you eventually. Boethia's blade, abolished, is mine now. The first of the 3 relics I require is in my hands. Soon, Prince Ithelia will be restored. I hope you are there to witness her glory.
A relic of Boethia? One moment, Proxy. We should speak.
They use that effect a lot, where you encounter an NPC who's like just a higher level, like on a platform above you that you can't do anything about, to like limit you from your interaction. Like, why can't I attack this guy? It reminds me of like that Indiana Jones live show from like Disney World and all, MGM Studios or whatever. Or someone's like up on high, right? And like, blah, 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 you can't touch me. Listen to the story, you fool.
As I thought, this is about ancient relics. Torvesard believes they can lead him to Ithelia, the Forgotten Prince. But I do not yet see how he hopes to make use of them.
We investigated all 3 disturbances. What now?
A good question. I find it interesting that Torvesard was not satisfied with only 1 relic. He wanted to recover 3. A blade associated with Boethia, a lamp from a shrine of Azura, and a skein created by Mephala. I wonder...
What are you thinking?
These princes are known as the Good Daedra in Dunmer tradition. Long ago, they often allied with each other to guide and protect the people of Morrowind. I doubt that is a coincidence.
What did the Good Daedra have to do with Torvesard's Forgotten Prince?
I am not sure. It might prove useful to consult with someone better versed in ancient Dark Elf religion than I am. Fortunately, I believe I know just the elf. Our dear friend Gadain. Come, Proxy. I shall open a portal to Vvardenfell.
Whenever there's a book that's illuminated by this light, that means you haven't read it yet. So, eventually when you discover like enough books or join the Mages Guild or something, I forget, you unlock Eidetic Memory, which lets you basically read all the books that you've activated in the game at your leisure. Also, reading books, oddly enough, is how you gain experience in the Mages Guild line.
Laramil, you've returned.
Oh, shit.
That look.
Well...
Torvesard once more moves against Apocrypha. He seeks to restore the Forgotten Prince. I'll let our friend explain.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just an idiot. I'm so glad they provided a ramp for people who might accidentally roll off the platform you've been teleported to.
I hoped Gadain would still be here. I am sure he can illuminate the obscure religious traditions of his people, or at least tell us where answers may be found. Tell him what we have learned so far.
Can you remind me about Curate Gadain?
You lack confidence in Gadain's scholarship? He may be young, but he was raised by Necrom's Keepers of the Dead. The monks provided him with an excellent education in Dunmer theology, and he braved many dangers in Apocrypha.
What dangers are you referring to?
The forces of the Daedric princes Vermina and Periite. They hoped to recover what Hermaeus Mora had stolen, their memories of Ithelia. They threatened to destroy Apocrypha in their wrath. We would not have repelled them without Gadain's help.
So, Elder Scrolls Online has a good way of, like, walking you back through the story just far. Or, walking you back through the story thus far. So they'll provide those little snippets of, like, this is what you might have forgotten, or this is something that you might have learned had you done the prior expansion story.
I finally resolved to see the world beyond Necrom, with some assistance from Laramil, of course. Then Hermaeus Mora called her away again. I'm glad to see you're still helping her, friend. Did I hear correctly? Torvesard has returned?
Torvesard plans to use relics of Azura, Boethia, and Mephala to locate Prince Athalia. Prince Athalia! That no-good scoundrel Prince Athalia.
What I know about Daedric princes and relics, I learned at Laramil's side. If she doesn't know what it means, I can't add much more. The good Daedra haven't been widely worshipped in Morrowind for ages. How do you think they're involved?
Torvesard said they conspire with Hermaeus Mora against Prince Athalia.
I've never heard any such story, but Holomeon Monastery is just north of here. The monks there preserve the old Velothi traditions. If we're dealing with ancient myths about the good Daedra, they might be able to help.
Alright, what's said there?
Go on ahead. I just need a moment to confer with Laramil. We'll meet you at Holomeon shortly. We may need to convince the monks that we come in good faith. They rarely welcome visitors who don't share their beliefs.
And too many symbols on the map. Show on map. There we go. I was not looking there at all. Just due north. Can I swim there? Do I need to swim there? I thought the pier was gonna end. Now I feel foolish.
What do you want?
It's sealed. I suppose we could knock?
We have no time for this. I shall open a portal.
No need for that. The Golden Eye foretold your coming. Welcome.
The Abbot! Forgive our intrusion, and listen to what our friend has to say.
Greetings, champion. The Golden Eye, Hermaeus Mora himself, spoke to me in a dream. He told me you were coming here. I am Andor Indoril. It is my honor to serve as abbot and historian of this monastery.
Hermaeus Mora speaks to you.
Only this once, which is why I thought it best to listen. So long as you promise not to harm any monks nor remove any tomes without permission, you may explore the monastery freely. What exactly do you seek here?
We're looking into relics of Azura, Boethia, and Mephala. A blade, a lamp, and a skein.
I know of a few blades sacred to Boethia, but I am unfamiliar with lamps or skeins. They are not among the relics commonly associated with our ancestral spirits. However, there are more secrets preserved here than any one scholar could ever uncover.
What do you recommend?
The Holomeon Library, of course. We have many volumes found nowhere else. Follow me, champion. We keep the main entrance sealed, since the more stringent ordinators consider our brethren to be heretics. I assure you, they are not.
Lead the way.
Ah, I just sent your friends to the library. It's down the stairs to your right.
Search jewelry box.
Look, the Echelir has something to show us. Fate has led us true again.
We must leave something behind in the event that we fail.
Even if we succeed, the Midwat again may arise some long tomorrow from now.
Torvesard will not allow that to happen. But I agree. We should leave instructions here for those who come after.
That book. It is the very one those 3 ancient priests were handling in the memory. Examine it, Proxy.
At Mephal's sacred command, I now record my final testament. The Lady of Whispers calls upon me to surrender myself in her service. Gladly I make a gift of my life to the Dark Queen I have served all my days. I am not alone in my sacrifice. With me go priests of Azura and Boethia, likewise chosen as intermediaries and living vessels for the princes they serve. Together we must travel to the Shrine of Inevitable Secrets. A gate to Marius Mora's realm awaits us there. Willingly we are to yield our mortal bodies to our princes, so they may enter into Apocrypha and take secret counsel against the Prince of Paths. This testament I leave behind in the event our sacrifice fails or is forgotten. There is no place in Nirn the Prince of Paths does not bestride, no choice she cannot undo. Only in the secret heart of Apocrypha can our princes come together to devise her downfall. Attend, you who read these words. Should we fail, this is the path you must take.
Those devout priests offered themselves so their princes could meet in secret. We must find the gate they used. It could be the access to Apocrypha Torvesard is seeking.
What about the relics? How they fit in?
Torvesard said the relics would help him find Athelia. He must believe they will lead him to a gate to Apocrypha or the final glyphic in the mythos. We need to find the gate first, but I have no idea where the Shrine of Inevitable Secrets lies.
If it's a shrine to Marius Mora, can't he just tell us where it is?
The course of fate is never that simple. Many futures branch from each choice we make. If we know too much, we risk altering our choices and changing the outcome. Therefore, Mora tells us only what he must. As fate's chosen, you will lead the way.
And how do you suggest I do that exactly?
We are in a monastery dedicated to ancient knowledge. There must be a book or scholar here that can point the way. Abbot Andor said our coming was foretold. Perhaps the one we are meant to learn this secret from will know you as well.
I'll ask around. But first, search. Boxes. Oh, like in other Elder Scrolls games, check bookshelves, you can get skill points.
Well met, Sarah. We receive so few visitors here at Holomeon.
Do you know where the Shrine of Inevitable Secrets is located?
I have never heard of such a shrine, but the name sounds like the sort of sobriquet favored by Marius Mora. Perhaps Neas is familiar with it. He has a special interest in lore pertaining to the Prince of Secrets.
Goodbye.
Curious. I sense a powerful arcane aura surrounding you. You carry something rarely seen on this mortal plane. It reeks of the black arts of oblivion. Wondrous. May I see it?
Yeah, there you go. Very well. This is Lecaneer.
Fascinating. A relic crafted by the Golden Eye himself. Few mortals have ever laid eyes on such a thing. I can see you have been chosen by Hermaeus Mora for something special. A rare honor indeed.
You worship Hermaeus Mora?
Worship implies the subject of one's devotion desires adulation. Hermaeus Mora is beyond such vanities. I give him my respect, not my prayers. If one wishes to uncover the secrets of the plains, it is merely prudent.
Do you know where I can find the Shrine of Inevitable Secrets?
Ah, the fabled shrine of Anudnabia. Some say the disaster occurred after the birth of the tribunal, but I think it happened in the Merethic era. If it still stands, it would be along the shore to the north. Perhaps your relic can help you locate it.
Great. Find it yourself, he says.
I overheard your conversation, Proxy.
Oops, sorry.
Anudnabia is just to the north of here. Gidane and I will meet you there.
So this is Vvardenfell, familiar to people who played Morrowind. This is one of the earliest expansions added to the game. Well, I guess they call them chapters, right? So the chapters are when they add new lands, a slew of new quests, that sort of thing. And expansions are smaller bits of content, so like maybe a couple new dungeons, stuff like that. Those you get free. If you do the subscription model, you have access to it as long as you're subscribed. But the chapters, everyone has to pay for to unlock. So this is one of the first chapters. I like how I just gave up on the mount. Like, I'm gonna be swimming.
Just in time. Use the Echamir and see if some lingering memory can lead us to the shrine.
Prince of Bards caused the sea to swallow this ancient city. Hermora's temple now lies beneath the waves.
Then that is where we must go. Methala, Lady of Whispers, take this mortal shell.
Boethia, I call upon you. Dark warrior, let me bear you to the conclave of princes.
Allowed their princes to possess them and waded into the water. Huh. I know where to find the shrine.
Those ancient priests?
Obviously, Anudnabia's lost shrine sunk into the sea ages ago. A fitting end for a place dedicated to the master of the tides of fate. But that will make it difficult to reach.
How can we get to a sunken shrine?
A submerged shrine calls for a powerful spell. I shall weave an arcane shield that will allow us to breathe and walk upon the seafloor. Once those ancient priests were possessed, they must have done the same. Enter the sea when you are ready.
Okay. I have something I need to attend to off stream. So we're going to call it here.